Hello and welcome to IT Pro TV's 12 Days of IT, where we're unboxing 12 different IT gadgets, then giving them away. If you haven't already registered to win, head over to itpro.tv/12days to sign up. Then tune into IT Pro TV's very first YouTube Live on Friday, December 11th at 2 p.m. Eastern to see if you are a lucky winner. Now, you won't want to miss a day, so be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications. All right, today's the 11th day of IT, and that means Mike will be unboxing a Nintendo Mini. Mike, take it away.
Hey, thanks, Zach. All right, so we're going to take a look at this NES Classic Edition. This is really pretty cool. I actually have one of these myself, so I can't wait to show you guys all about it. But here's a look at the box, right? This is the NES Classic Edition. There are a couple different versions. There's a Super NES version as well. But I'll tell you, this one, I think, has a better game list than the Super NES version. But this is basically a mini Nintendo system, right, that you guys can plug right in to anything that has an HDMI port on it. Very, very cool. We're going to take a look at what's included in this kit and maybe even get it set up for you so we can take a look at it. So let's just jump right into it. I am going to open up this box and we'll crack this open and see what we've got included. It basically comes with everything you're going to need. So I'm going to slide that out there. We'll set that box aside for just a second. We might want to take a look at that game list here in a minute. And then there's got some instructions in here for you, so you can take a look at that. And you can see, you can already tell it's a pretty compact little box, very nicely packaged. We've got one controller that this is going to come with. We can always buy additional controllers as well. And there's a couple of different ones you can use. You can actually use this one. There's one that's got that rounded shape, if you remember the old classic controllers have as well. And we'll pop this out. And ta-da! There we go. Isn't that cute? Looks just like that original, if you remember. If you go back as far as I do, and you had one of these sitting at the house, right? This was your classic game. Now this actually does not open up. You can see this. It's a little fake door there where we used to pop the cartridges in, right? But everything you need is right here, and then all the games are already loaded on this. So there's no cartridges that you have to blow on to get to work or anything crazy like that, right? So we'll set that aside for just a second. We'll see what else we got in the box. Powering this is going to require power. You can do that straight from USB if you have a laptop or a USB port on a computer. You can use that, or they actually include now this power block, so I can plug it into a wall outlet, and then I've got a USB port right there that I can plug in and then power the Nintendo Mini with. And we'll get down into the bottom of this box. Again, great job packaging this up. We'll move some of this out of our way. And we'll take a look at what else we get. We get both cables that are going to be required to use this. So really nothing, like I said, nothing you're going to have to buy other than this little NES Classic. Here is your HDMI cable that we can use to connect up to whatever monitor we're going to use to play. And then this is going to be your USB cable that's going to provide power to the Nintendo Classic. All right, so we'll get that out, and you'll see you've got a USB port on one end there. And then we're going to go to a little, is that a USB-C port on the other end, right? And that's going to go back into the back here. We can maybe get a close-up view of that, right? And we can see where I've got my HDMI out, right? That's going to go out to my monitor. And then I've got my power input right there. And that's it. That's all we got to do. And of course, the controller on the front side. You notice you've got two slots there for your controllers, right? So you can hook up two. They only give you one, so you're going to have to buy another one if you want to play with two people. And then you got two buttons right here, if we can see those, where I've got power and reset. And that is all you need, all right? So what I thought we would do then is take a look at this. Before we actually fire this up, let's take a look at the list of games you get. I'm going to close this box back up so we can see this, and maybe we can get a close-up view of that as well. It comes with 30 different games, as you can see here. A lot of those old classic NES that you love to play are going to be on here. My favorite one down at the bottom, we've got The Legend of Zelda. There's several Mario games that we can play in here. Star Troopers is on there, Punch-Out, Pac-Man, Galaga, another one of my favorites from back in the day. And you can see it's a pretty good list. Castlevania, right? When's the last time you fired that up? Good old Donkey Kong. Excite Bike. Wow, haven't thought about that one in a long time. That might be the first one that I try. All right, so we'll get that out of the way, and then the next thing we do is really just need to set it up. And like I said, it's really easy to set up. Let me unwrap this controller here. Get that out of the way. And they do double duty on the wire ties there. Make sure that's not going anywhere. And these actually serve a dual purpose. You can use these with some of the different Wii U units as well, with the Wii's. And I believe you can get an adapter, or you can use some of those controllers with this as well. It's got a pretty standard port for good old Nintendo systems. As we can see there, you're probably familiar with those good old adapters there. So we're going to take that and plug that into. Now the slots are labeled slot 1 and 2, if we can get a close-up of that. So you can see I've got, if I can get my finger down there, we got 1 and 2, so they are numbered. So if you're playing single player, make sure you put this controller in the correct port. So we're simply going to plug that in there, all right? And then we're going to power this up by using this USB cable. And right in the back here, we'll check my orientation. It's always the third try, right, that you're going to get this right. There we go. We're going to get that plugged in there, all right? And then that, again, I could take this, plug it into this power block here, and then plug that into the wall, or I can simply take this and plug it into a USB port. And a lot of your modern TVs, for example, now have a USB port on them. So you'd plug this into the USB port, and then you're going to plug this one into that HDMI port on your TV, and you're good to go. And now you're playing this Nintendo on a 70-inch TV. How cool is that? The one thing that they don't come with that you might, and I know I've picked up a couple of these, is an extension cable. You'll notice that the cable on the controller is a little short. They sell the extension cables. They're not very expensive. I bought them for mine. That way I can sit back on the couch and play and not have to try to drag the, sit up right in front of the TV or anything like that. So here we go. We're just going to pop this into the HDMI. Nothing too, if I can get under the camera there, nothing too fancy there. All right, and I'm going to slide this over just a little bit so I can reach my power source. Again, I'm using my laptop, which is kind of out of the way down here. You guys can't see it. I'm simply going to plug that into my USB port on my laptop. I can get that in there. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to plug in. Now, I've already got an HDMI cable that's hooked up so that we can do these videos. I'm going to use that instead of the one that came with it. So I'm going to unplug the cable that came with it and simply use the one that I've already got hooked into all of our cameras here at Studios. But same concept, right? It's just HDMI out. All right, and that's it. That's all we have to do. Now it's time to power it up. So if we switch over to our other view, we'll see what we get. All right, so there you go. I've powered it up, and real quick, it's just a power button, nothing too difficult there. Simply had it, once I plugged it all in, click this button right there, start it up, and it boots up. You can see the first time, you're gonna choose your language, right? And then you're gonna click OK, whatever language is. And that's it. Here you are, ready to go. You can see the list. You've got 30 games in here to choose from. Let's do that Excite Bike. I told you I wanted to play that one, so we're going to select that one, and it's going to fire up that game. All right. Now, really cool thing about this is once you get, I'm not going to go in and play a game actually, but you can hit the reset button on the front of the Nintendo, and it takes you back out to the main screen. And you see that little guy with the wings on it floating down there at the bottom left-hand corner? That's actually my game. And so you have 4 save slots where I can choose where I want to put this. I can hit, there you can see if I hit down arrow, now I've got 4 slots that I can choose to save this game in. I'll hit A, it'll pop it in there, and now I can come back and restart that game right where I left off, or continue that game, I should say, right where I left off. So that's a good look at that NES Classic, right? Everything you need is in the box, very easy to set up, and you're good to go, and you're playing those good old classic NES games.
Thanks, Mike. It's me, Mario. Would you like to win that or any of the gadgets from the 12 Days of IT? Well, then head over to itpro.tv/12days to sign up. On Friday, December 11th, tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern right here for our YouTube Live and see if you're a winner. Now go ahead and subscribe to the IT Pro TV YouTube channel right now and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a day. See you tomorrow for the next gift.